Alrighty. Live for LA at Minnesota. Taking a look at all the games today. I gotta be honest, I probably should have picked Boston Buffalo, but I didn't think it'd be as good of a game as it turned out to be. I know it's 2-1 right now. Boston. Let's see. Lightning are beating the Flyers at the end of the first. 0-0 Devils in Columbus against the Blue Jackets, end of the first. Flames and the Maple Leafs started at 4:30. I'll probably throw that on real quick. There's 11:21 to go in the first, and we're still waiting. Wasn't sure if we would be able to catch the Bruins Sabres second period or like start of the second period. Spent some time watching that. We got a little disrespect happening in Toronto, Calgary. Looked like offsides, and the dude kind of slapped the puck. He was, I'm not sure who it was at the blue line and slapped the puck in. Is that what happened? Yep. And Calgary did not like that, so he just went up and cross-checked the hell out of him, and they called Robertson for the penalty. All right. Interesting. I'm going to have to put this up here. Try that real quick. So, going to leave Calgary up for the moment. Calgary, Toronto up for the moment. Toronto up 1-0. Power play to Calgary. And it's 10:50 to go in the first. Waiting on the last couple of minutes before puck drop for LA, Minnesota, and also waiting for the second period of Boston Buffalo to start because we got off to a hot start over there. Buffalo scores. I can't remember which one got the power play. Actually, I can double check that real quick. Okay, I was just outside and the wind had completely stopped blowing. Now I'm inside and that wind is going nuts. Yeah, so Buffalo got a power play goal. And then Boston came back and scored some nasty goals. Yo, what's up, Mercs? So we got it's like as much as I want to watch Calgary's power play since they're shot wide. We'll watch the power play for a second. How's your Monday going, man? Calgary's feeding it back to the low point. Top of the low dot. Down baseline. Right back to the point. Takes his time to shoot. It's a body out front. A little more puck movement. They didn't want to take the risk trying to throw it in the middle, but he takes the risk right there and just. All right, I'm not sure on that decision making. Gustafson's in for Minnesota. So, pretty much expect that. But it's been a great Monday, long day at work, though. It's awesome that it's been a great day. You know, those long days at work, as long as you are staying busy, rather have a long, busy day than a short, do nothing and sit there day. At least you can be proud at the end of a hard work day. That's awesome. I'm glad it's been good for you. All right, Calgary got nothing on that power play. That's actually better. So I can keep an eye in Boston and focus on LA. Oh yeah, that was one thing with I lost my track with Buffalo and Boston pretty quick. You had a boarding from Buffalo that was you knew that something was coming. So Greenway and Zadorov fought. Greenway 6'6", 231, Zadorov 6'6", 248. And they first they were just holding each other. And I was telling my dad Zadorov was just he was just talking shit. Greenway's all focused. He's trying to reach up and unclip Zadorov's helmet. And like as he unsnaps it, that's when Zadorov like he misses with his first right, and as Greenway reacts to it, he comes back with two more, and they go down to the ice. It was great. It all everybody decked out in the St. Patty's Day stuff. Toronto's all green. Looking at Boston, man, if the Knights play like they played the other day, we are in trouble. Damn. I already forgot. I'm not gonna lie, I already forgot what I was talking about. My brain went blank when I was trying to read this, and I wasn't even reading it. So, keeping an eye. Like I said, I gotta try and keep an eye on Boston. I'm more interested. I gotta look at a couple of things that I meant to do before I started up, and I totally spaced on doing that. Let's see. Yeah, so Kings win. We're tied. Minnesota wins. Oh wait, never mind. I was looking. Never mind. My dumbass. I was looking at games played. I was like, these numbers aren't making sense. I'm an idiot. So Kings win. We'll be ahead by 3. Minnesota is in wild card, so they're kind of just buying space. But the Kings are pretty well ahead of the Canucks, so there's really no concern there. All right. Damn, Bruins only have 68 points. That's wild to me. And us losing to the Sabres is still annoying me. All right. Darcy Kemper, Philip Gustafson. Oh, bro. No, don't. Yeah, no. I would never allow someone to accuse me of being a smart man. And it's all in good fun. Oh, we're already getting some heat up in Boston again. Or sorry, I think they are in Boston. But we got puck drop in Minnesota, picked off in the LA zone. Trying to work it down. All right. Looks like Minnesota wants to come out throwing bodies. I like it. Ooh, we got to turn this down a little bit. Oh, it looks like we're going to have a Buffalo power play because the physicality I expected from Boston against I forgot who we watched him play the other day, but they decided to save it all up and just take it all out on the Sabres for some reason. because these guys are just beating the hell out of each other. Oh yeah, he high stick the shit out of Tuck. Jeez. All right, we got a stoppage in Minnesota. Face-off's going to be in front of Gustafson. Let's see, Buffalo at the red line, working their way in on the power play. They're controlling in the zone. Low dot. Oh, pass missed everybody. Swing and a miss. Through the couple days I've watched, I noticed you have a very large passion for hockey, and you're very kind. Oh well, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. That's I will say it's hockey is the one sport I can still watch. All the other ones have changed so much. And like so many of the things that I always found entertaining just everything changed, and hockey has been like the closest consistent thing. And so, I've been a Golden Knights fan for 2017, like since the inception. I was a Boston fan before that. I have a Florida jersey from when I was a kid actually hanging up in my closet right now. And the more I watched the Golden Knights, the more it became fun to watch everybody else play. You know what I mean? It just kind of lit up a fire for hockey, and it's one of those, how can you not love it? You know what I mean? Especially when you going through the playoffs. It's I know a lot of people that aren't really big soccer fans. When the World Cup comes around, they get ecstatic and they watch every game. And I really wish there was, hockey does have that. Like when it's in the playoffs, the cities usually have watch parties all over the place, and the games are sold out and all that, and it is a big rally around the game. But I love that. Like, I saw what I'm gonna do in the off season. Yeah, nah, find gonna have to find something. Maybe there's some kind of, I have no idea. Cause yeah, it always sucks when the off season comes around. Ooh, Buffalo is attacking, but they just cannot find the goal. I mean, granted they did once, but not right now. 5-on-5, they're struggling. Yeah, it's like thankfully the off season's fairly short, but it does suck. And that's why for playoffs, I gotta learn some internet things, but want to do like find a way to be able to like share brackets and what everybody's thinking. And because Humpty was talking about that, I know CG would get down. There's enough to make it interesting, but it's like even if I'm the way the Knights are playing, we're gonna get shamed when it comes to the playoffs. But even if that happens, I'm still gonna be here for every playoff game that I can be, because there is nothing in the world like playoff hockey. Start off getting like 4 games a day for 2 weeks, and then you're getting at least 2 games a day for like 2 weeks, and then yeah, it's just look forward to coming home every day just to be able to flip on playoffs. And that's actually, it was my dad and I were on a trip doing something, and we were eating at a Godfather's Pizza, and I want to say it was Boston and Chicago playoff series. It's back like 2009, and we were both just mesmerized by the game, and ever since then we watched every playoff game. And then once the Knights came around, there are maybe a handful of games that I haven't seen. But the Knights need to play better. Yeah. Nah, we got a lot of it's how we played against Columbus is how this team Like, that's the team that should be playing every night, but they just can't get consistent. Their passing is trash, and our defense just, it's like, ah, our defensemen just letting the puck behind them. Like I said, you got a couple of guys that have a habit of shooting the puck from the point right in the skates. We're taking a lot of shots from up high that aren't getting to the goalie. So, like I said, you have 17 shots on goal with 45 attempts. It's because everything's coming from the top. And you're either completely missing the net, or you're hitting a big old stack of bodies up front. But we continue to take a whole bunch of, get set up for 10 seconds and then shoot it from the point. It's going the other way. Okay. Enough bitching about the Knights. That's on me. I do enough of that during their games. So far, not too much exciting happening. 4.5 minutes gone. Shots are 2-1 LA. Definitely getting my interest peaked a lot more watching the Boston Buffalo game, because they're hitting the hell out of each other. They're jawing at each other the whole time. What was that, offsides? Because Fiala just made a nice little move. Yeah, dude. Middleton for Minnesota. He does some things every now and then I'm not a fan of, but that's my dude. That's old school hockey dude right there. Shamrock Shake tonight? Nah. As good as that sounds. Uh, it's one of the big things you do if your diet is strict, is plan your off days around holidays. I didn't do that. But like, a mint chocolate shake sounds bomb though. What a shot by Kempe. Just a beautiful pass across. Expecting it, all of a sudden I looked up and you could see the passing lane all the way across to the dot, and Kempe just fired it. What was that, glove side corner? And that's right, it was on the LA power play, because Fiala was breaking. Fiala got across the blue line as the as Minnesota kind of broke down on him, and he just weaved right through him. And 23, I don't know who that was. I can't remember right now. He slashed him. So it was an LA power play, and they wasted no time. It's like we got an icing face-off going in front of LA bench. Big shot from Buffalo and a big stop. Going for the stretch pass, misses everybody. And you got 13 minutes left. Shots are 10-9 Buffalo. Boston winning 2-1. And in Minnesota, it's 3-1 with 14:46 to go. Sorry, shots are 3-1 with 14:46 to go. I did enjoy that fight though. Greenway Zadorov was it was boring at first, and then it got real fun to watch for about 3 seconds, and then it was over. Damn, dude. How do you. Minnesota finally trying to. A decent opportunity to set up in the LA zone. Who do you want in the Buffalo game? Anytime Boston loses, I'm a fan. And since we play Boston on Thursday and Buffalo just beat us, I think I'm going to go with Buffalo. Rossi, that's who got called for the slashing. Like, I don't necessarily think Buffalo's going to win, but that's who I would prefer. It's funny because I became a I went from a Boston fan, like that was the team I was for, to being a Boston hater because of Brad Marchand. I he just pissed me off so much. I was like, I have no interest in this. And so I kind of started watching more of the league, and then right after that, it Vegas got announced, and it was like, all right, easy choice. But I still, even though Marchand is down in Florida now, I still just can't. What a save by Kemper! Holy cow! Minnesota came in hard, odd man. Got it across the net and right back to the crease, wide open, and Kemper just made a great save, moving back to his left. It's like here, I want Minnesota just because LA's in the division. There we go. Boldy with a hell of a move. Shot goes sky high. I don't know if LA got a stick down, but oof. This game here is going to be a great one. Yeah. I was looking at the games for today, and it was pretty easy to pick out LA, Minnesota. Like, I am surprised at how wild the first period of Boston Buffalo was. They, like, all the hitting Boston didn't do in their last two games, they suddenly decided to do in this one. It's I don't know if Buffalo just pissed them off early or what, but they all of a sudden are doing all the hitting I've been expecting to see for like the last week. Yeah. Pasternak got a breakaway and he went center of the crest. Pretty easy save. All right. 11:45 to go in the first. Shots are three apiece with LA having the 1-0 lead. Let's see how they do. That's offsides. So they didn't do great. And we have a stoppage. Tuck's trying to fight his way. Dumps it into Boston zone. We got a commercial break in Minnesota. Boston trying to work it out. Dumps it from the red line. High corner. Buffalo able to get it on the high wall. Center ice, right up the gut, across the red, across the blue. High wall. Low point. Nope, he's going to whip it around. Play it under the net, and there's no control anymore. Get ready for bed. Back like 15, 20 minutes. Word, Mercs. Sounds good, buddy. Buffalo trying to center from under the net, swinging a miss. And then another shot goes, looks like it went high and wide. Oh, bouncing puck. Tipping off bodies, doesn't quite make it all the way to the goal. And Buffalo's already headed back. Boston's in their second period because they've oh no, that's Dallas I'm thinking of. Never mind. I was trying to remember who we've watched the last couple days. Boston controlling, trying to get it back. Across the red, tipped in. Pasternak down low, getting cut off. Boston's just not able to get the puck deep. Boston trying to enter again. And they lose the puck immediately. Buffalo's gonna head back the other way. Hopefully they play like that against us, and hopefully we don't play like we've been playing. Because if they're gonna give us, they're kind of chaos drill. There goes Buffalo score, tie game. They're kind of Boston's chaos drill at the blue line. They really don't know what they're doing. Oh, big shot from Minnesota gets stopped out high, goes off a skate, and then misses wide right. Puck is just dancing around the crease in front of Kemper, and he is doing just enough to keep it out. Lot of help from his defense. All right, Minnesota controlling an LA zone. Center of the ice. That was actually a good play. Just grab it and swing the puck down the ice. Might as well. All right. Minnesota pressing into the zone, trying to leave it back, and LA takes it. All right, Wild get it deep. Picked off by Minnesota, and a good check. LA headed back the other way. These guys are moving. That was Merrill, the hillbilly bastard, making a great diving play to smack the puck into the high corner. LA dancing around. Tried to do too much by himself coming out from behind the net. He didn't have a lot of options there, but he had help out wide. Minnesota. Bit outside. And the Kings are going to control it. Head out of their zone. Minnesota's having chances. They have these moments of control, but they're just they're just missing the net. They've had a couple of decent opportunities that went wide. Let's see this break across all the way to the low wall, right back to the low point, and the shot and the rebound. Oh, it hits the knee of a guy out front, and then Hartman just swings and misses on the bouncing puck. So it's just shots from the point, hitting bodies way out high. Occasionally works, but like I said, when you're watching the Knights and they have 17 shots, it's because every damn shot they're taking is from above the dots trying to shoot through 6 people. All right, commercial break in Minnesota and an icing in Boston. So shots are 12-10 Buffalo. Scores 2-2. See this. Just missing. That was a great opportunity, but dude was trying. I don't blame him, but he was more focused on pulling up and not going face first into the crossbar. So he kind of sat his ass back and reached for it. And Buffalo just fighting for the puck in their zone, in Boston's zone. Like I said, this is a different Boston team than trying to remember who Who did we watch Boston play? We watched Dallas, Winnipeg, watched Dallas, Colorado. We got the Knights games. I watched Boston play somebody the other night, I swear. Hang on. I'm going to drive myself crazy trying to think of what Bruins game I was watching. The Lightning. That's right. And the Bruins and the Senators. Oh, that's right. And I had Bruins and Panthers on in the corner. Okay. So yeah, the Bruins decided instead of hitting all those guys, we're just gonna take all our frustration out on Buffalo. And Buffalo, for the most part, has been like, all right, like, dude, we're in last place, bro. Ain't nobody give a damn. It's like, did you not see us just embarrass the shit out of the Golden Knights? Like, bro, come on, we ain't afraid of you. And they're just going at it. So like I said, when like watching teams just absolutely go at each other. Prefer when it's not the Golden Knights, so there's no risk of our guys getting hurt. Dude, Boston went and found themselves some big boys, dude. Baton. Oh, what a couple of stops from Gustafson. Holy shit. Man, that was. He had 4 shots in about. He had 3. Boom, boom, boom. Gets the puck back, gets another one, and Gustafson just stuffs him on every shot. That was awesome. Passing too much, guys. You might want to shoot it. Yeah, he shot it. Looks like he hit homeboy in the head. Doughty controlling at the top point, all the way across to Fiala. They're not looking like they're very in control. And here comes Minnesota. Oop, never mind. They looked like they were going to break the other way, but they decided to go for a change. 7 minutes to go in the first. Shots at 6-5 Minnesota. With LA having the 1-0 lead. LA has it coming out from behind the net up to the point. Shot. Tip out front. Completely fools everyone. Goes left of Gustafson and luckily wide of the net. So just for the interest of fun, I am pulling. That's if I had to. I really don't care about Buffalo Boston, but I'm pulling for Buffalo over Boston. And we need Minnesota to beat LA to just buy us even more space. Because we have enough games and we're playing bad enough to really screw things up. So, need Minnesota to win and would prefer the Sabres to pull it out. Goes Buffalo up the ice. Minnesota's resetting from their zone. Hard dump in. Is that offsides or icing? I think it's icing. Damn, dude. So Merrill's had 2 fantastic plays for Minnesota already. That puck was going in, and he swept it right 4 inches in front of the baseline in the crease. Like, that was impressive. Oh, Gustafson did get a piece of that. That's crazy that he actually did. Because that was a shot from the point. A high deflection just below the dots, takes a hard bounce, comes back up at him, and he just got a piece to kick it out wide. Or shoulder it. It is surprising because I mean, the shot was coming to the left side and that thing totally knuckleballed on him. All right, another reset. Minnesota trying to get in. Minnesota's having a lot more time with the puck. It's not converting. Had a couple opportunities on Kemper, but Kemper's been said Kemper and Gustafson are playing very well. I mean, it's just over five, or sorry, yeah, just under 5 minutes left in the first, and honestly, a bit of a goalie battle because both sides are getting decent opportunities. LA's look a lot better, but Gustafson is playing very well, and then Merrill getting the help from the defense. Like, but honestly, that's what's been going on with LA too. That's happened to us with LA. Their defense was just tight right up until the third period. But yeah, if we figure out how to give our goalie help more than once every 6 games, we'll be dangerous. All right, now we got both games on commercial, so let's check the other two. We got Calgary, Toronto, and Columbus, and I know this. I don't want to look yet. Who are the Blue Jackets playing? New Jersey, the Devils. Lightning over the Flyers 1-0 in Tampa with 4 minutes to go in the second. Devils over the Blue Jackets in Columbus 2-0 with just under a minute and a half to go in the second. And at the end of the first period, Calgary, Toronto are tied up 1-1. So already some interesting games going. Boy. All the soreness is kicking in. Oh no. Ah, fucking shoulders killing me, elbows killing me. Dumps it. Minnesota able to fight off the attack. Get it out of the zone, but pit pocketed. Byfield coming up from behind and just stripping the puck away. Gustafson to play it back up the high wall. Minnesota's out. Into the LA zone. A good hip check knocks Johansson's helmet off, so he's got to go. Oh, he put it on net. He goes behind the net. I think there's a little more opportunity there, but he ended up going for the shot. Kemper locking down the post. And as I look up, I don't know. I know Luukkonen's in for Buffalo. I'm not sure who's. I know it's not Swayman, but I don't know the name of who's in for Boston. Oh, that's not what I wanted to score. Where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Corpusalo. 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 Okay. I'll know that eventually. But Corpusalo just made a very good stick play right across the center of the crease to clear the puck out. The Wild are here to hit, and I'm all about it. Having a little trouble catching passes from time to time. That was a horrible pass. I don't think Something happened. Either he was off balance or whatnot, because that was a soft pass dead across the middle with the guy looking right at him. Minnesota in. Low corner. LA takes the puck right off the boards, headed back the other way. Trying to take a shot, hits the guy standing 2 feet in front of him. There are patterns to a lot of these players. All right. I think they're calling a penalty in Boston. It's 7.5 seconds to go in the second period. I kind of want to take a look at that while Minnesota makes its way into the LA zone. You got a trip. I mean, he hit the puck, but he also took the dude's skate out. So you know, and I think something's going on with my shoulders that's messing up my elbows. It hoits. Oh fuck. Sorry, I totally spaced out right now. Minnesota was having a little bit of a attack on the net, and it just kind of caught me off guard. Still controlling in the LA zone. Puck behind the net. LA Doughty whiffed on the puck at first, but he's getting it out. Across the red line. Dumped in. LA going for a change. Minnesota resetting behind their net. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Bad pass. Turnover in the neutral zone. As Minnesota had plenty of time. It was a bad pass. Ends up on a battle on the boards. And now the puck's in their zone as LA. Same thing, just pucks into skates, losing control of the puck, passes bouncing off the stick. Both sides are having a little bit of a struggle with that. You got 15 seconds left. Shots are 9-9. Sorry, shots are 9 apiece. That's what I was trying to say. And we're at intermission. So let's see, where's that? Boom. All right, so while this game's at intermission, let's see what games are being played. All right, Boston, Buffalo just went into there, so we're gonna watch Toronto and Calgary for the intermission break. At the moment, you've got Toronto in the box. Calgary power play. Toronto up 2-1. 18 minutes to go in the second. Shots are 17-6 Toronto. Very one-sided game. But somehow Calgary's been able to keep it close. Now, I'm not sure if it's just a whole bunch of stuff going towards the net or if Toronto's had a bunch of quality shots, but Calgary gets the control. High point. High dot. Back to the high point. Across, low point, low dot. Shoot it. Oh, and it hits a body out front. Still almost finds its way to the net, but ends up wide left. Back to the low dot. Trying to shove it up front. Not much of a shot. Ends up getting not enough force to tip. Man. Quick pass to the high dot. A shot and a rebound. Leaves the net open with, I'm not sure, is it Stellars or is it what's his name for Toronto in goal right now? Wool. Okay, so it is Wool in net. And he did nothing wrong. It's just power play, ends up making a good save. Well, maybe he didn't do nothing wrong, but he's able to make the first stop. Puck's coming out. I don't know if it is stick or a skate. Ends up right. It bounces just perfectly to the other side. Ends up on a Calgary stick and then into the back of the net. Oh, Toronto's challenging, calling it offsides. So we may actually have a moment of drama in this. I didn't see it. How they got the refs looking at the iPad, they're controlling what the refs are seeing, and they just had to fast forward or rewind through 4 minutes of footage, and they still weren't at the point they wanted to show the ref. Come on, guys. Where's the puck? That's offsides, absolutely. That is absolutely offsides. Good call by Toronto. Damn. Boston had 4 shots for the second period. They've had 4. I think it said they've had. I don't know what that stat was. It was like 4 or fewer shots in 3 straight second periods or something like that. They're still looking at it. I don't know why. It's about as clear as day. The puck goes straight up in the air. Number 91 is a mile offside. And then since it goes straight up in the air, whoever that is, 22 that touched it, is also offsides. Like the guy who actually touched it to get it into play ended up offsides as well. Ooh. Face off in Boston and Buffalo right in front of the bench. Puck went backwards and hit. Let's see, who is it? Number 19 for Buffalo. Oh, that's Peyton Krebs. So, yeah, Krebs is just sitting there waiting for the face off. Face off happened. Puck comes right back and just busted his lip. That is unfortunate. I really don't know what we're looking at. The puck is clearly not across. It went straight up. It's not even halfway into the blue paint. And dude's offsides. That is a pretty easy offsides call to me. Put his ass back in the box. Reset, fellas. No goal. That's what we all thought. All right. So while every other game is on intermission, we are here with Toronto and Calgary. 17-12 left in the second period. Shots are 17-7 Toronto. And a goal just got called back on the power play for Calgary. It was actually, it looked great, but when you go back and look at the offsides, instead of the puck coming down the ice, it ends up getting tipped straight into the air. And it just hits the invisible wall that is the blue line. And guys are way offside by the time it crosses. So, good challenge, good reverse. Penalty clock goes back up. Clock reset to the time. Let's see how Calgary recovers from a goal getting yanked while on the road. Because that oftentimes is a very defining moment of the game. Yeah, minute 37 left in the power play. Win in a clear for Toronto. All right. See how Calgary sets up. He's got to take it himself. Finally hits the brakes on the low wall. Damn. Leaves it back to the point, and Foster's just too slow getting to his spot. Puck ends up out of play. Reset again. All right. Calgary set up. Point, point. Low dot. Low dot. All the way to the point. Low dot shot. Hits the guy standing 3 feet in front of him. Took his time to hit a shot, to hit a guy 3 feet in front of him. And then right there, I don't know who 16 is for Calgary, but he had every opportunity to just grab the puck and shoot it, and he tried to force his way through 2 Toronto sticks. Oh, fans on the pass. Toronto keeps it out. Like I said, meet him at the blue line. You know, teams are much more willing to challenge at the blue line on a power play, but when it's 5-on-5, they usually give up the dots, and I don't understand it. What an opportunity. Pass from below the net towards the low dot. Great opportunity. It looked like it hit the post or hit the crossbar. All right, full strength. Kyrie controlling, tried to come with the wraparound. Say Wool did a great job just locking down the post. Ooh, little shove into the boards. That almost ended up being a little more. Calgary right back into the zone. Shot. Good save, Wool. He's just squaring up to him, letting him hit the shamrock in the middle of his sweater. Barely able to keep it in, but Toronto's down. Down below the net. Bodied. Toronto keeps it in. Puck slowly makes its way up, and then you got dude going harder, or not as hard as Wolf wants you to believe, but he went hard enough into Wolf to where Calgary acted appropriately and went right at him. We got 6.5 minutes of intermission left in LA and Minnesota. Which is about the same time for, or actually, yeah, Boston Buffalo's got about 3 minutes. And we got about 5 minutes. So, yeah, my timer's a little bit slow. See if we can see a little more action. This Toronto Calgary game has been great. Ooh. Calgary doesn't get it clear. Oh, they had the setup for Matthews. Everybody got a little too close. It just took a little too long for him to tap the puck and get out of the way. Oh, Calgary. What a stop, Wool. And the follow up shot again, right into the crest of Wool. But what a stop. Again, just chaos drill around the net. I mean, Matthews did do a great job to get the shot off, but it just wasn't. It took too long for dude to get out of the way, but the puck also wasn't where he wanted it. Yeah, ball put it right into the center of that shamrock. But that first, I don't know why they didn't show the replay of Wolf's save, because that was a great kick save. So okay. I actually got about 2.5 minutes. Damn, this thing gets whoever. Like, I just got this script. I forgot where, but I didn't make it or write the script, and this timer is very much off. So it's nice to have it, but holy cow. I gotta set it for like 15 minutes so that it's actually somewhat close to what it actually is. All right, though. Calgary and Toronto. Very fun. Lot of excitement happening there. But we are going to go back to LA and Minnesota. Oh, jeez. And Boston and Buffalo should be starting any minute now. Yeah, I'm really trying to keep an eye on Boston because I just want to see what, even though, I mean, we played them not too long ago. Actually, go look at the. I think we beat them 4-3 in Boston. Yeah. Beat them 4-3 in Boston, but actually, that was after losing 4 games in a row. No, we lost 4 games in a row, and then won 3 in a row. The Golden Knights play anything like they've been playing, we are in a lot of trouble because Boston has refound their ability or their want, whatever you want to call it, to just start hitting the shit out of people. Granted, Buffalo kind of lit that fire with the boarding, but no, they decided that they would go ahead and respond to the call. Alrighty. So, just for the moment, we're gonna focus on Boston Buffalo as we've got another minute and a half for LA and Minnesota to get back. I gotta come up with a new Boston thumbnail. I think I said this last time, but it was lazy to just put a red X over the picture of Marshawn licking the dude. All right, Buffalo opening up. First shot on net, pretty easy save. Kosalov. Oh, it is a power play. Okay. I was like, something looks weird about this setup, and my brain just could not handle it. Damn. Kemper's in third place with 174 penalty minutes with no goal. And only Logan Thompson and Collar Hellebuck are ahead of him, which Logan Thompson, I will complain about how the Knights treated Logan Thompson forever, because he should have been our goalie. He should have been our focus, and we proved that when again Hill went 12 straight games, letting up 3 or more goals, and Thompson dominated the 2 games he was allowed to play. But the fact that he is playing as well as he's playing and he's getting the money that he's getting, that is like nobody has left the Knights and ended up doing what he's doing. That I couldn't be happier for him. Like, that's exactly what he deserved, and it should have happened here. And it's not that I hate Hilly. In fact, I really appreciate Aiden Hill. But Logan Thompson and Aiden Hill should have been, the duo. But as they get rid of Thompson, then they decide they're going to alternate more with Samsonov, and it's like, whatever. Ooh, that should have been interference. It is. Okay, so no goal for LA. That was pretty clearly interference, and it should be a penalty. I don't think they're going to call it a penalty, but it absolutely should be. They just pulled a skate out, or they just pulled a stick out of Gustafson's skate. LA trying to go across, and I mean, he went straight into Gustafson. Like, I that should absolutely be a penalty, and I doubt they're going to call it one, but they at least waved off the goal, I guess. Buffalo just not connecting on passes, trying to enter the zone. Had a good break, good potential with a 2v2 setup. Tuck gets the puck, actually, keeps it in the zone. But Alex Tuck doing Alex Tuck things. Pretty easy save for Kospelov. I know his name. I swear. Korsalov? Is it Corpusalo? Whatever, dude. I knew I was in the general ballpark, but I wasn't even close. Dude, pucks from Minnesota are getting tipped around or hitting bodies out high and just causing absolute hell in front of the LA net. But they can never connect with the puck. So every time there's madness in front of the net, Kemper's doing great, but the puck doesn't even get to him. It's just everybody spinning in circles in the crease. Damn. I got to see if Kemper actually made that save because Minnesota came in tight, tried to put it high, and I can't believe that puck didn't go in. Another backhand from Minnesota, and Kemper just great positioning. And we've got an LA penalty. It looks like it's going to be a hold. Oh, it's a cross-check penalty. I figured they were going to call the hold that kept them from leaving the zone. Oh, it was a stick. Oh, no, here it is. Rossi. Okay, so it was Kopitar got his stake down. If he did it, that was beating Kemper right over his left shoulder 99 times out of 99. So I was going to say out of 100, but no, that thing goes in 100, absolutely 100 times out of 100 if that stick doesn't go down. But that shot, wow. Minnesota scores. Seconds into a Minnesota power play following the Dowdy cross check. Face off win goes straight to the low point. Shot comes in and a tip from, let's see, that's Spurgeon. Does it hit his hand? No, that's clearly on the stick. Spurgeon throws it on net from the point. And Hartman's there to get the tip on a great tip, and that just blew right by Kemper before he knew what happened. All right, we got ourselves a hockey game here, gentlemen. They're gonna call Zuccarello off for offsides. He kind of caught the puck and dropped it, and he was probably step over. Boston not able to get it out. Buffalo controlling, looking for a lane. Doesn't make it through the bodies in front. All right, LA headed into the Minnesota zone. Shot from Byfield goes wide. Man, my man does not like to hit the net very often. I'm not going to lie. He's got his goals, but he takes a lot of shots that are about 12 feet off. Oh, what a stick. Great pass, cutting back across, but again, can't. Minnesota getting in the offensive zone, just having some bouncing pucks, making it difficult. Huh. I wonder what John Merrill just said right there. All right, since we got a quick break, let's see what the scores are. No. Monday, March 17th. There we go. All right, Lightning are still beating the Flyers 1-0 at 17 to go in the third. Devils still up over the Blue Jackets, 12.5 to go in the third. And Leafs are now up 3-1 over the Flames after Calgary had that goal called back for offsides. Puck misses everybody. We're going to have a face-off for icing in front of the Minnesota net. LA gets the draw. Just beating ass in the corner. LA still ends up with it. Shot from the point. Stick way out high, sends it up over the net, but LA comes back with it. Shot from the low dot wide. I mean, You got the goalies looking good, and you got the defense for each side looking good, especially right in front of the net. Like, letting a few too many opportunities get there, but once they get there, they are, like I said, both sides are scrambling well. But these shots from around the dots, or at least that height, everybody's hitting Kemper, or not Kemper, Gustafson right here. Like, they're not attacking the corners. They're not, they're having decent rebounds, trying to go low, trying to put things off the pads. But when they're having these shots, nobody's crashing the net. So it's like, okay, well, shit. You kind of got to shoot it. And like I said, they're either pulling it 10 feet wide or they're putting it right into the center of the goalie, making for a pretty easy save. Minnesota now controlling. Good stick, knocks the puck away, and we're headed back. LA. Oop. I'll say LA has a little bit of a breakaway advantage if they could hurry, but they were not quite fast enough. LA turns it over, but then Minnesota immediately turns it over, and then LA immediately turns it over again. What? That was. There was no pressure on any of the things that just happened, and they were all dumb. All right. Out of the zone. Minnesota trying to get back in. We're going to call too many men. Yep. We got too many men on Minnesota. No way. That was a great save. I'm gonna get his name. I keep forgetting his name. Corpusalo. Corpusalo. He's Swayman's backup. Corpusalo. I will get his name eventually. He made a great save right there. I mean, it was kind of his fault because he made a good save on the first shot, but he was good position for that first shot, made a good save, but he kicked the rebound straight out. So he kind of hung himself out to dry, but he dove back and was able to make the save barely. His blocker as he went like that ended up caught that. Here we go, Fiala looking for a shot, not there. Doughty trying to direct traffic. He should have turned a shot from the top of the dot right there, but Doughty again looking to shoot. Passes it. Gustafson read that the entire way. I don't even think he looked at Doughty. All right, 50 seconds gone on the too many men minor. Here comes Kempe, passes it back. The Byfield bringing it across the line, throwing it down. Is that Fiala challenging in the corner? Byfield swing and misses. Fiala gets the puck. LA's a little set up now to the point. Low dot. Lost control of the pass, though. LA across to the low dot, and Gustafson again reads that like a book. Just follows the puck all the way across, squares right up to him. I do enjoy watching Gustafson, man. Like these moves, that slide across is the stuff I talk about when I mean a talented, confident goalie. You see everything from the top of their head to the bottom of their shoulders. Just everything tracks together. And they're not chasing their head trying to chase the puck. Everything is square. And especially when you're in power play or PK mode And you're seeing, there's an extra man. So wherever you're looking, whatever you're seeing, there's +1 somewhere. So you're just always going to assume that wherever that puck goes, there's someone there ready to shoot. And everything he's doing right now is fantastic. Uh-oh. Potential. Zuccarello man, he should have started skating. Potential 2-on-1, but the puck got there faster than Zuccarello could get his legs moving. Dude just straight reaches up and catches the dumping. Minnesota is laying on the pressure. That goal got them all jacked up. Like they were already putting bodies down, but they're skating with a lot more pep in the step. And Boston Buffalo is just, dude, they are smashing each other. All right, stoppage. Faceoff's going to be in front of Kemper. So, taking a look up, a little more focus on Boston. Shots are 21-15 Buffalo, 8:15 to go in the third with the 2-2 score. Damn. Shot from the point. It's out. Is that going to be a too many men minor? Nope. I guess they're giving them a lot of grace. They gave him a lot of space over on that board to get off on and off the ice. Boston with a super soft in, and that's just gonna head right back the other way. Buffalo into the Boston zone. Just getting his ass kicked trying to make his way along the low board. Expect a little bit more not aggressive play. Well, maybe aggressive play, not necessarily aggression, but like I would expect Boston to be a little more aggressive on some of the things they're doing, but maybe they're short shifting just, you know, give up the couple minutes now with the short shifts and leave your guys on in the last like 3 minutes. I'm not following their game plan. Buffalo keeps it in the zone again. Zone again. All right. LA able to get it across the red line, but Minnesota has it coming right back. Oh, setting. Here we go. Across the red, and he lost it in the neutral zone. Good sticks, knocking pucks away. We got a little bit of a back and forth going here. Minnesota's able to get it deep, but LA has it. And LA gets it out. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Nah. Well played from behind, pressuring the stick. Oh, shit. Luukkonen screwing up. Somehow able to save himself. Holy cow. He got out of position as the puck went behind the net. Couldn't quite, barely got back across. Puck pops up. He was moving around extremely well. considering the first move was not fantastic. All right. Yep. LA gets it out of the zone. Back into Minnesota territory. Bouncing puck. Nobody's keeping control either side. Not long enough to be icing. Minnesota's going to control. LA got a little bit of a change. All right, coming out of wild zone. Into LA. Not able to get it deep. And turnover in the Minnesota zone. A soft backhand. Looking to get it centered. Minnesota did a good job closing down on the front of the net. From the dot, nothing. Oh, man. Good sticks kept Byfield out of the net right there. But Byfield with a great stick on the pass across the ice. LA right back on attack. Say Minnesota Minnesota defenseman lost his stick for a second. Able to get it back up. And we got a trip. Delayed penalty to Minnesota. Impressive that he was able to keep control of the puck when he went down. That was Fiala. That makes sense. Ooh, he had that shot. Yeah, Nyquist going for a pretty obvious tripping off Fiala. Fiala was moving across. It's one of the dumbest tripping penalties ever. You get beat to one side, so you just do the hack at it. So many times it ends up going straight into the skates. And it's such a bad. Whoa, big hit in Buffalo, Boston. Who was that? Just a hard hit on the boards right at the box. That was a problem. I mean, considering the tripping that was called earlier, that right there should have been a tripping. I don't think it necessarily was, but if they're going to call the one that happened earlier, that was the same thing. Let me turn on a light. Oh. Going for a minute without a stoppage. 3:40 to go in the third. And just both teams attacking, going both ways, being aggressive. Turnovers are the main thing here, but they're not, you know, you had a couple of bad turnovers, soft clearing attempts, soft passes, trying to go, trying to force it across the ice. But for the most part, the turnovers have been trying to get aggressive up the ice, and it just not clicking. So a lot of excitement up in Boston with the Sabres and the Bruins tied 2-2. Back live in LA. Kings trying to work the puck up close. And they did, but Wild have their sticks going hard at the puck. So nobody had to move. Fiala put down, loses it. All right, Doughty resetting. 30 seconds gone. Who just fell over in the middle of the ice? Who just tripped over the blue line? Right now, Minnesota's winning the battle at the blue line, and they just did again. They're just standing tall as LA's trying to enter the zone, and everything is getting tipped, sticks in the way. See, there you go. First time Fiala cutting into the zone. That was the first time, instead of challenging him at the blue line, they backed up to the dots, and now LA's controlling in the Minnesota zone. That is a perfect example of why I keep saying that shit. Kempe with a great shot. Gustafson gets down. LA still controlling in the zone. 30 seconds left on the power play. Shots are 17-13 LA. 7 minutes to go in the second. Byfield looking. Getting challenged. Loses the puck to the center of the ice, and an easy clear for Minnesota, who will go for the long change. Oh, Kemper comes out with the pass back. Oh, he tried to tip it back to help. Should have just swung it back around the boards. Misplay ends up in another LA possession when they had an opportunity to clear. Challenging at the front of the net. Gustafson is definitely saving goals. We're back to full strength. That should be a holding the stick. I'm not going to lie. That should have been a holding the stick on 41 for Minnesota. Able to clear. Is he going to get there first? He is. Vogel gets a shot on it. All right, Minnesota shoots it up over the net. They're trying to force stuff because they feel like they got to recover from that power play, but they did good. They stopped it. Just stop, take a second, chill. That could have been a trip right there. I'm surprised it wasn't. LA back to controlling. Shot, little shove up front. Puck up the low wall and out. LA has it right back. A little bit of. Oh, you got some some glass repair happening up in Boston. Fixing a stanchion. I couldn't see past the wall, so if they're calling that an offsides, I guess it is. Yeah, Corpusalo just. That was a great diving save. So, commercial break in Minnesota. We're back up to Boston. Where 3:15 to go in the third. Shots are 23-16. Buffalo just picked it off in Boston zone. Oh, a couple lucky stops, a couple good defensive plays, and Corpusalo being on point just saved what could have been a fairly easy goal. That was a bad turnover. Buffalo still controlling. Shot from the point gets stopped before it hits the top of the dot. Boston has it, trying to leave. He just set himself to get teed up on. He put the puck too far out in front of him. And exactly what happened. He's trying to chase down the puck, and he just got blasted. Down to 2:30. Buffalo taking their time, trying to set up in their zone. Let's see what they got. Low wall all the way up. Tipped in. Boston's first back, and they're right out of the zone, headed the other way. Good stop up. Throws it towards the middle of the ice. No one was crashing the net. So, I mean, that was kind of a desperation pass that ended up working. Shot from the middle, and Luukkonen saw that the whole way. Yeah, that was just Corpusalo making two great saves. Never mind. I thought his defense helped him out a little bit, but that was Corpusalo getting down and making really good saves. A little bit of a, can also say if the Sabres lifted the puck, like actually elevated the puck, you have a chance. Goalie's laying on his stomach. You might want to do that, but even so, Corpusalo did good. So I told you eventually I'd remember his name. Not gonna lie, I am focusing more on the Boston Buffalo game just because we're getting down to it being overtime. Got a minute and a half up there, and we've got 4 minutes left in the second here in Minnesota. Shot from the point gets through to Kemper. He kicks it off to the side, and it's out of play. All right, minute 15 in Boston. Buffalo up the ice, and we're going to have an icing or an out of play. It either went up out of play or they completely missed it. It's looking like up out of play, so I'm guessing face off in neutral. Yep, face off on the center dot. Minnesota right now battling for the puck. At the point, it gets out. Delayed offsides. They're going to blow it dead. Back to Boston. Under a minute. Buffalo trying to work up the ice. No icing. Corpusalo plays it. Gets it up and out. Buffalo in neutral. Sabres going to skate it in. Down and around. Boston's first one there. All right. 20 seconds. One more chance for attack. See what happens before we go to overtime. Oh, shit. Tuck trying to make moves, but good Boston sticks. Boston sticks. And it's over. I mean, I kind of feel the Sabres going and talking shit, but it's like, dude, I mean, he went skating hard at the goalie, but when the buzzer went off, he didn't put it on net. So, all right, while we wait for overtime, 2:40 to go in the second in Minnesota. LA lead in 22 shots to 14 with a 1-1 score. Dude came in like a freight train. Ooh, LA almost able to get it. Minnesota dancing, and they're going to go out of the zone. Immediately turn it over to LA in neutral. Just a lot of back and forth for both these teams, especially through the neutral zone. There is just zero control through the neutral zone. It's more luck when they actually get inside, but that's kind of thing. You have a back and forth for about 9 rallies, and then one side or the other will actually, that's offsides. Yeah. It's like one side. You got a lot of good coming from both sides, but it's not clicking at the same time. So, like, each side, there's been a couple of times where it's like turnover, bad pass leads to a turnover, bad pass leads to a turnover. So 4 people touch the puck, two from each team taking turns. And it's like then you finally get a break, you're set up 3-on-2 and you go off sides. Like just there's a lot of good defensive play happening. The offense is a little sloppy on both sides, but realistically, the goaltenders have been the difference. Kemper and Gustafson just look good. There hasn't been like the mirror, the diving save that damn, I already forgot it. Corpusalo made, but they're making solid saves. And John Merrill, Gustafson owes John Merrill a beer for sure. All right. We got 3-on-3 in Boston. As LA continues to just work their way into the Minnesota zone and then give up the puck. A shot coming quick. Luukkonen with a good save off the hard angle below the low dot. We've got numbers. I don't know who that was for Boston, but he fell down. Oh, tried to catch him, but missed the tip. Ooh, that was a good lead back, but a little risky. Oh, and then Boston guys just run into each other. Tuck up the ice. I was gonna say don't trust Tuck to shoot it, but what I say, don't trust Tuck to shoot it. All right, we're on hang on. All right, we're on second intermission. But right now, my focus is in Boston because Alex Tuck was about to celebrate, and I said it, dude. Don't let Alex Tuck shoot. And he ends up hitting the post through Pasternak. Corpusalo is way outside the net, and he misses the fucking net, dude. I love Alex Tuck. I really do. But, man, there's a reason he's not in a gold jersey anymore. And granted, Buffalo beat us. I understand that. But he would still be with us if he would make those exact shots. You're in overtime. And he hits the post. That's brutal. Boston into the Buffalo zone. Stops up short before behind the net. Up to the point. They're going to head right back out. Middlestat controlling. Leaves it back. I can only remember so many of these guys. All right, back into the zone. Oh, just couldn't get his feet moving. A little bit of contact just inside the blue line disrupted that play enough. Oh, Boston sees we got a chance. Good save, Luukkonen. Sabres being a little sat a little back on their heels. 2-on-1 headed the other way. Man, everybody's waiting until they're too close and they don't have a shot. Boston, ooh, pass right into skates. But Buffalo has got to. That was a little better. Just the pass was off. No, that's not a penalty. That should be too many men on Buffalo. That should be a penalty. Oh, they just don't give a shit about this. They're just letting everybody hit everybody. There are no rules in overtime in Boston. Thank you. That's one of 12 penalties you could have called in the last 15 seconds. What the hell, dude? There should have been penalties all over the place right there. I am as pissed as Pasternak. I am not going to lie to you. Well, maybe not. I'm not that mad, but I would be. They just let everything go. And then it was an obvious trip. But like Tuck just got cross checked. You got to call that trip. You have to. But I guess Tuck hit Laura into that. It's a little close. So 2:09 to go in overtime. Buffalo with the power play. Boston are still talking to the ref, but it's like if I'm him, I can only assume it's like, bro, I get it, you got to call that trip, but how the hell do you not call everything else that happened before that? So 26-19 of the shots in favor of Buffalo. Still waiting. Oh man, I am. The arms, they're so sore. Oh my god, they're so sore. The Thor. I didn't hear who the second guy was, but Lindholm and Zadorov on the PK. Oh, a swing and a miss. It looked like he got hooked. I would like to see that again because Boston may have a genuine gripe. He looked like he got hooked. Corpusalo is just out of this world tonight. Buffalo looking. What a bad stoppage. What a great save, Corpusalo again. But that puck, as far as I saw, was never frozen. Maybe he got a stick in there and ripped it out. He must have because he's looking, hey, back. So no worries. It's, hey, hell yeah, man. That's awesome. No worries, brother. I appreciate you coming back. We're catching the overtime of Buffalo and Boston right now. Buffalo has a power play, so we're skating 4-on-3. Off the post, a second post for Buffalo. And Boston's headed back the other way. 2-on-2 if they hurry. Wow. All right, here comes Buffalo. I know I'd be checking it. There you go. Geeky checking him again. Buffalo keeps taking shots at Corpusalo's glove. Like, and I mean, it's the play's dead. It's a matter of give it a second, ref blows the whistle, and they are whacking the shit out of Corpusalo's hand. Like, I'd be pissed if I was Boston, but Buffalo just hit another post in overtime. Damn, Corpusalo drop kicked the puck because he's tired of getting smacked. 41 seconds on the power play, 50 seconds to go in the game. Tuck battling down low, trying to get it, and Buffalo has it. They're set. High dot. Low dot. Low dot. Misses wide. Buffalo keeps it in. We got 15 seconds in the power play, 20 seconds in the game. All right, in overtime. Buffalo, dude, taking way too long, but it ends up going in. I was just about to say. Alex Tuck ends up getting the tip, which is huge considering he hit the post on a wide open. Well, it wasn't wide open. He had Pasternak coming one way, but Corbasala was way out. But dude, the refs in overtime decided unless there is no like that trip, they absolutely had to call. There were 15 other penalties in 4 minutes and 50 seconds of overtime. Like, that was wild how much they let go. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it hit the Boston player, then went off a Tuck stick. Which, like I said, I love Tuck. If he's the guy shooting, if he's the guy on the breakaway, I'm nervous. It's like I'm not expecting much. Oh, hopefully I didn't click on something I didn't mean to. All right, so we can get rid of this game and go to Toronto and Calgary, where Toronto is up 6-1. Holy shit. Oh, why did it just kill it? What the hell was that? What just happened to that feed? Okay. Bring LA, Minnesota back up. Hang on a second. Yep, okay. So yeah, it's it was 2-1 for a while. Calgary scored to make it 2-2, but it got taken off for an offsides, which was a clear offsides. Ended up 3-1 last I looked at it, and here we are, not even 4 minutes gone in the third, and it's 6-1 Toronto. So, oof. Game hopping, yes, sir. Yeah, I had the timing kind of worked out, so I watched the first period of the Boston what I just watched it, the Boston Buffalo game before I popped on stream, and then started watching the LA Minnesota game. We had it worked out because this is the second time that Toronto and Calgary are right at the start of the period, and we still got what 6 minutes left. It's like I wanted to go make some food and do the usual break, but because of the timing, it's just too perfect. Might as well enjoy the hockey while it's here. Of course, it's this one ain't as entertaining as Boston Buffalo. That was a game, and I'm cool with seeing Boston lose, but if I'm Boston, I'd be pissed about a few different things that happened in that overtime. I will say though, Toronto and Calgary have been going at each other, and McCabe just gave a shot to Coleman. That Boston Buffalo game was really good though. That first period was wild. They were hitting the shit out of each other. And like I said, Zadorov and Greenway fighting was awesome. Man, you gotta get up at 4:30 for work tomorrow. That's a bummer, man. Like that's hard to do. That's if you ain't already ready for bed, man, knock out, dude. Get as much time as you can. Most important thing you can do is sleep. I mean, for personal health, yeah, the boss game was really entertaining. Yeah, it was really fun to watch. I said if LA wasn't in our division, I would have been watching. I would have just focused on Boston mainly because we play them Thursday. But I'm glad I at least had that second screen because that was a lot more of the hockey I enjoy watching. There is some bullshit happening here and there, which you expect. But like I said, that overtime, I can't believe there were more. I mean, they had 38 penalties to call from, and the tripping's the only one that got called. Calgary just cannot connect. Under 15 to go. Shots are 27-16 Toronto, with Toronto just dominating in that 6-1 lead. Oh, Calgary with the good backhand, but up over the net. Still got 3 minutes. Yeah, actually, I haven't decided which one, but it has to be an early game. So yeah, it's got to be one of the 4 o'clock games, and that's Red Wings, Capitals, Islanders, Penguins, Senators, Canadians, and the Flames and the Rangers. After watching Calgary play Toronto, I have no interest in that game. Um, might do a little bit of game hopping. It is actually another game. Yeah, I just Flames and Rangers has zero interest to do the Penguins game. I might. Like I said, it's if Logan Thompson is in goal for the Capitals, though, I've got to watch Logan Thompson. I haven't been able to see him play most of the season, and he is like that's my dude. So, but I mean, if the Capitals bulldoze Detroit like they should, then I'll be looking to switch games anyway. Like, it's either going to be the Capitals or the Penguins game that I do watch. And honestly, what I might do is I might just do both. Just kind of like what I've been doing all day here. I'll have one up top and one down low. And that way, with all the commercial breaks and stuff, I don't can cover both games. All right, let me get rid of the timer. Let's see. Like I would love to do actually no, I don't want to watch that. See, Wednesday's the tricky part. First fake teams lose stupid team, second fake team beating hard teams. Hey. And it balances out to it kind of balances out to a decent season. I mean, be nice if the Knights could figure out, all they need is a good proctologist. Yank their heads out their asses and we'll be fine. But yeah, Wednesday is going to be the question because it's either the Avalanche and the Maple Leafs at 4, which should be a fun game to watch, or Seattle and the Wild, which I'll be honest, I don't have a whole lot of interest in. But I also haven't watched Seattle play much. Like I did at the beginning of the season, but I haven't in a while. So I mean, 4 o'clock and 6:30. Kind of see how the day goes. And then of course Thursday is the Knights game. All right, my bad. I actually have the wrong game. I have the wrong game muted. We are back in Minnesota. Dude, a wild shot somehow managed to get through from the high boards, but Kemper looking good. Another shot somehow getting through, but Kemper with the good save. I'll go for that Avalanche game. Yeah, but it's a 4 o'clock and a 6:30, so yeah, I think I've missed 4 Knights games this season. Um, I had a couple of internet issues a couple times, and then every now and then I got a buddy when I get to hang out with them, I can't pass it up when I get the opportunity. So I don't miss many games, but I've missed a couple. Oh, Baldy going to the box for a slashing. Oh hell yeah. I mean, dude, he just hatchet chopped Kopitar's stick. All right. I guess I'll leave the other game up for commercial breaks because otherwise it's not interesting. Dude, LA cannot get their timing right with their one timers. Dowdy Kopitar from the low dot. Shoot it, dude. You got space, and he puts it into escape. You've got if they're gonna give you the space, take the chance, man. There you go. I was saying, of course, none of the Kings are really fighting their way to the front of the net, which is it's about 10 games. I was so into football, but after football season, I realized how that much. But yeah, yeah, I can't watch football anymore. It's just like I'll watch Miami Hurricane games. I watched a couple of games this season that were college, but I cannot watch pro football at all. And I have a tolerance for college football, but so much of that game is unwatchable now. The things they call penalties, you're not allowed to touch anybody anymore. Like you might as well throw flags on them. It's just I can't watch it. 46 seconds left on the LA power play. Shots of 25-14 LA. Face off in front of Gustafson. The only football that I would watch is Notre Dame football at this point. The rest were in the game. Yeah. Yep. I said it's the NIL ruined college football and the refs ruined pro football. Oh, that's a trip. There you go. There you go. 24 seconds left on the LA power play. 17:33 to go in the third. And we are going 4-on-4 for that last 24 seconds. I'd be doing a little bit of bitching just because, I mean, he jumped. That, like, he tripped him, but as he came around with this stick, the dude from Minnesota jumped and then fell over. So I have mixed emotions about that. Like, absolutely gotta call it a penalty, but dude was a little. Well, it feels great being in and out at work. It's always so stressful over there, dude. Work's always stressful. That's the biggest thing. As long as you're able to separate from on the clock versus off the clock and enjoy yourself to the fullest extent when you're off the clock, you know what I mean? That's about, I'll say everything feels, that's, it's an old saying. The uh, bad day of golf beats a good day at work. Like, but it's one of those things. You know how it is, dude. The more you bust your ass, the more it means to be able to have the time off or even the night off or all that shit. Makes it more worth it. Oh, so yeah, these refs missed a slash. Again, the biggest problem with the referees in the NHL is the inconsistency. If they were consistently shit, that would be one thing. But they call ticky tack stuff and completely miss blatant things, and then they'll like call it tripping one way but not the other way, and that's what really gets irritating. If they were at least completely even on both sides, consistently shit, it would be less annoying than what we have here. Oh, we got a bit of a fight. I'm gonna have to see what happened. I just happened to look up, and dude for Calgary never dropped his gloves, so I'll be right back. Gotta put my kids, but yeah, go for it, man. No worries, dude. We got 15 and a half to go in the game, so I'll be here. Dude, nobody can score in this damn game. Kempfer and Gustafson have been fantastic, but guys are just not able to put the puck on net. Damn, I looked away for a second. Hang on. I'm gonna. Oh. Yeah, I can see why Benoit didn't like that and went up at Hunt. I mean, Hunt kind of clipped Benoit, and Benoit went and just checked him straight to the face. Holy shit! I mean, I'd be just as pissed, but damn, he just went like he just went finable with that one. LA in the Minnesota zone, way wide on that shot from the point. What up? Cross check up front goes missed. He's cross checking the shit out of him. I mean, Merrill's going to go complain about getting cross checked right there, but I mean, what's fair is fair, bro. Because you were beating the shit out of Jano. Yeah, you can't go crying about that. Like, Merrill can't go crying about that after Jano just got his ass kicked for like 15 seconds. Let's see what's going on in the other game real quick. Because it should be a penalty both ways. The Calgary dude clipped Benoit in the chin. And Benoit should be gone because he cross-checked homeboy straight to the face. There's no way that play was onside down in Minnesota. It was Hunt. I forgot who it was. No, you got to go. What are you guys looking at? Rewind that 10 seconds. Not even. Because he cross checked him after the dude shouldered him straight to the jaw. Like, they completely missed a shot to the head by Hunt. Yo, what up, Humpty? How you doing, buddy? How was your Monday? Looking at the actions that just took place in Toronto, and I can't believe the refs missed the shoulder to the chin of Benoit, but Benoit went over and just smashed him. Yo, I appreciate it, man. Get a little boost to the numbers. We're catching the end of the Toronto ass whooping in against Calgary. And what's been a very impressive game between Kemper and Gustafson in net down in or over in Minnesota. Calgary looking for honestly looking for the FU goal because nothing good's gonna happen. All right, we'll go back to focusing on. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Go back to listening to this one. Oh yeah, hey, happy St. Patty's Day. Merc should be back in a couple minutes. I didn't even think about it. My internal calendar is completely shot. I don't know when anything is anymore. Honestly, I like at this point I really don't know. I mean, I want Minnesota to win, so I'm going to call Minnesota just because with LA being in the division, I would prefer them not having 2 points. Yeah. But Buffalo beat Boston, and it was a sloppy overtime. But like the refs let everything go except for one trip. So that was an interesting finish to that game. But I was cool with Buffalo beating Boston, and then Toronto's beating the shit out of Calgary. So that's whatever. I want Minnesota again because I don't want LA getting points, but I mean, honestly, Gustafson and Kemper have both been playing phenomenal games. Gustafson got some help from his defense, a little more than Kemper, but not by much. And it's been a great back and forth game. So yeah, I'm definitely pulling for Minnesota, but to say I got them would be like I wouldn't put money on it right now. And then I know I saw I did have the scores up a minute ago. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Lightning beat the Flyers 2-0. Devils. Hey, Blue Jackets actually made it a game, ended 2-1. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. I should plug in my phone, but I'll wait. Buffalo beat Boston. I'll rather get shot in the other step foot in Massachusetts. Hey, fair enough, man. I like the city of Boston. Um, but I'm a big time history buff, and I like the North End and Quincy Market and all the churches and all the like just doing the duck tours and shit like that. I'm a fan of. I geek out on a lot of the architecture and stuff. Yeah, uh, Devils beat the Blue Jackets 2-1, which they must have scored sometime late in the third. I don't know if it was an empty net or what, but they were losing 2-0 for a while. Exactly, Humpty. I said I've only been once, but like went to the USS Constitution, went to Bunker Hill, did Bleecker Street, did the Commons, the Art Museum, the library, like I said, did the duck tours, like all that stuff is that stuff was cool as shit, but that's why I was there. So it was a lot. I said that's the only reason it's all right. I have no interest really in going back, but oof, that was back in high school. That was a long time ago. It's like the only reason I've got Calgary and Toronto still up on the screen is I'm hoping to see another fight. Maybe get an actual fight. Dude, that was a fun start to the Boston Buffalo game, having a Greenway and Zadorov. Both are 6'6". Greenway's 231, Zadorov's 248, and they just went at it. Oh, that was fun. It was a boring ass fight for a minute until I saw Zadorov mouthing off. And then it got funny because he beat the shit out of Greenway. Hey, I appreciate it, buddy. I said definitely a lot more of those to come. It's just depending on timing and games, but like I said, I have a whole lot of fun doing this. So I looked offsides. It was offsides. Neutral zone face off as LA tried to go into the zone. It's like I said, I'd be sitting here watching it by myself, so it was one of those things like, yeah, I might as well watch it with or might as well go live and see if any people want to watch them with me. Like I said, I'm hoping to watch as many potential playoff teams as possible just so I can get used to the numbers and names, make the call outs a little bit cleaner. But yeah, I got to do I'm going to, the plan is I'm doing one of the 4 o'clock games tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I'm not sure just because I may do both, but I'm just depending on what happens that day, I may have to choose one. So don't want to make any promises of another doubleheader, but the potential is there. Dude, guys are getting tripped left and right, and there are just zero calls. Puck's deep. He misses. Kemper missed his guy, but Minnesota just still not able to connect on passes. One of the biggest problems they've had all game is just being able to get on point with each other. And then when they finally do, the guy just can't catch the puck. It bounces off his stick and right into a turnover. More major contact between guys completely away from the puck. LA's got to have 20 block shots, and they haven't even really done nothing. It's just Minnesota being like, wait, nope, you get right in front of me and then shoot. And then they hit bodies. Minnesota just getting stuffed in the neutral zone. They cannot keep the puck deep in the LA zone whatsoever. And LA has like no possession time, but they're at least able to get it behind the net and force Minnesota to work their way out. Point. Oh, here we go. Why would you not shoot that puck? Nyquist, why would you pass that puck? I mean, he passed it to a hard angle, and Anderson just lay down right in front of him. Beautiful screen at the front of the net. Ooh, Anderson caught it with his nuts. That did not feel good. If it was Marchand, he'd have a bruised lip. Dude, Woll just looking good against Calgary. I mean, the chances aren't the best, but when they do get any kind of chance, he is square. Looking real good in the net. Like, it really has been a fantastic night to watch goalies. Because Corpusalo was very, very good. He did not deserve to lose that game. But Luukkonen looked very, very good as well. Both of them made some great saves. The diving save from Corpusalo was really cool. Like, it was really good. Um, Woll has looked fantastic. And then you come down to this game with Kemper and Gustafsson. And Gustafsson had, or actually both of them had these moments of, oh shit. But their defense was there to keep it safe. Like, the big save was for John Merrill. Calgary scored with 46.3 seconds on the board to make it 6-2. Huh. Must be more time to go in the game than I realized because Hartman being on the ice for 10:41 just doesn't seem like he's been on the ice enough. No, I mean, he's going to end up with about 12 and a half minutes, and that just, I mean, I just figured that line would be out a little more. Shot from the point for LA. Bodies out front, kicks it out to the low board. Minnesota heading back the other way. See if they're actually able to have some possession time in the LA zone. It's been a minute. And they are not. LA headed back up the other way. Good stick by Minnesota. And we're back in the LA zone. Contact. I'm not sure where the contact was over there, but who's that? 44 for LA went down. And is he ejected today? Nah, he hasn't come in today, but I'm sure he's good. Every now and then he has that struggle, but he's strong enough not to fuck with it. So I've got nothing but faith in him that his he ain't breaking that chain. He ain't gonna do it over some stupid shit. You know what I mean? So he'll be all right. I'll say if we don't see him tonight, I'm sure he'll be in at the very least on Thursday. He ain't gonna miss a night's game. I already know that. And honestly, he may even be somewhere in the background lurking at some point. He usually doesn't. He usually says something when he pops in, but no, he's just somebody that popped in when I was streaming one day, and he's been hanging out ever since. But I mean, he's come in for every game or every night's game at least for since like the beginning of November, something like that. So comes in and hangs out a couple times a week, or yeah, a couple times a week for the last couple months. LA has it in the Minnesota zone, working his way upper point, low point. Doughty gets it low, controlling behind the net. Hard pressure though, dude. This is a battle. Like you can tell, like we are definitely starting to get close to uh playoff hockey. How do you like living in Vegas? I hate it. Like there are good things about it, but I was born in Florida and lived there for a while before we came out here, and been back a couple of times, and I really like Florida. But out here, it's just too much to. It's just too many people. Too much. I all the events like if you look at like concerts and stuff, because it's in Vegas and because it's whatever venue that you pretty much have to use in Vegas, everything costs way too much money now. Like used to be able to go to concerts for 15-20 bucks, but now the tickets are 65. You got to pay all the taxes and extra fees. Then you got to pay to park at the on the strip, which you never used to have to do. But you got to pay like $20 or $40 to park on the strip for 4 hours to go to a concert that you paid 65 bucks for. You just moved from Orlando, born and raised in Florida. Nice, right on. Yeah, I lived in Cooper City, down in Fort Lauderdale, lived in West Palm Beach, and then came out here. But when we go back, we usually go back to Orlando, Tampa. My uncle has a condo out in Fort Pierce. Um, Trying to work something out, and without going into details, it would involve me either going to Orlando, or if it somehow works out, going down to New Smyrna Beach, and that's where I'd really like to be. But it's either that or going down to do be a mechanic for the roller coasters down at Universal. I got a family member that works for Universal Studios, and he's doing a lot. He's an engineer, but he's doing a lot of the stuff that I want to do. So he's talking. I've talked to him a couple of times about trying to work my way in there at just from maintenance or mechanic, and then work up through it. But yeah, Florida boy, man, it's. Like I said, there's a lot to hate about it, but there's a fuck ton to love about it. Like the biggest thing is I miss seeing green. Like in Vegas, everything's brown. Houses barely have grass in their front yard anymore because of the drought, and it's just you can't maintain the grass. There it is, Minnesota on the power play for the trip off of LA, and Minnesota scores. Edgewater, yeah, yeah. Cheap bombs from the yeah. Well, New Smyrna would work out because I got an uncle down there, so I'd be. It's like I said, without going into details, it would be in New Smyrna. But yeah, Edgewater, like there are a couple of places around Florida that I'm looking, or that maybe not that I'm looking, but there are a couple opportunities down there where if I'm able to take them, I would kind of be in these specific spots for a while. So before I really got to do certain things, I would everything would be prearranged. But I love Florida. I miss the beach. I miss rain. I miss thunderstorms. I miss seeing grass and green trees that aren't palm trees. We got palm trees and pine trees. Which do you prefer? You know what I mean? Plus, like, I want to be somewhere where, like, I'd rather be in the middle of nowhere and have to drive an hour to get to where I need to be. Not even my opinion, nothing better. I agree. Ooh, and like being, I 20. The last time I was in Florida was 22, and we got or it was 2022, so it was 3 years ago, two and a half, 3 years ago, and before that it had been since like 2011. So being in Vegas though, I'd go to the beach, but it's California beaches where the sand hurts your feet, the water's cold, you got to wear sweats and a sweater cuz it's freezing. And so going back to the beach in Florida where the sand's soft, the water's perfect temperature, it's that's the biggest thing I miss though. Like I miss the rain, I miss thunderstorms. I don't miss hurricanes, I don't miss the bugs, I don't necessarily miss the humidity, all that stuff, but I do miss the green, the rain. Like I said, it's rare to. I might hear seven cracks of thunder all year in Vegas. That looked like a trip to me, dude. They are not calling stuff on Minnesota, which it works out for us because again, we don't need LA getting 2 points. Oh, I didn't even realize 2:30 to go. LA has the empty net. Middleton doesn't get it out. LA still controlling. Down around the net, gets it to the low wall, low point. Low dot up the middle and a great save, Gustafson. That was a rocket. Real quick release on the one timer right up the gut. And Minnesota's able to pop it back. What a. That was just a great sequence from both sides of the puck. All right, send it. Oh, hits a body. Minnesota's not even able to ice it. They're doing just enough to get changes. When a hurricane I went through took days to pass over, complete blackout for 2 days. Yeah, like I said, I that's why I don't miss them. Like I went through Andrew when I was 2. Um, couple other ones happened. Being in the closet with tornado warnings and stuff like that. It's not fun. I don't miss the blackouts. Like it's rare for us to lose power out here. Uh, couple earthquakes, but they're mild earthquakes, nothing crazy. So, like, not having to deal as much with all that shit, with all the natural disasters. And like I said, it's cool. We get bugs, but nowhere near at the level. I mean, it's like If you compared how many bugs there are in Las Vegas compared to how many bugs there are in Florida, there are zero bugs. Failure to build the city after Hurricane right on. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's we I have very vague memories, but some of my first memories are from when Hurricane Andrew, because we were in Cooper City, which is Fort Lauderdale, and it just, like I said, I remember the house we were living in. I remember the wind and the rain, and yeah, bugs are wild in Florida. Just a great Gustafson has got to get the first star. Like it's got to be Gustafson, Hartman, and then whoever got the lead goal. I forgot who scored the second goal, but sweet. So Minnesota took it. Like I said, I did. I at no point did I ever say I have money. I would take money on them, but definitely needed them to win so that we got a little more space being built up. 20 seconds, and it's over. Sweet. Fun game to watch. That was really, really good hockey right there. It's like I said, it's watching teams that aren't the Knights. It's a little harder to really focus, but being that we play Boston on Thursday and LA's in the division, it was actually really exciting watching there. Going nowhere and play us. Oh yeah, no. I mean, hey, they kicked the Knights' ass plenty of times, so I want to agree with you, but they've beat our ass. So 6-5 last time we saw them, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I got to take a look at some schedules over for the finish because like we got a bunch of back to backs to finish. We're gonna be tired. We're gonna be beat up. So a little bit worried about us, and that's if we can figure out how to start winning and stop embarrassing ourselves. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna watch two games at once because I have to do an early game. It has to be 4 o'clock. So at 4 o'clock, the only two games I'm interested in are Detroit and Washington. But that's only if Logan Thompson is in goal for Washington. If LT's not in goal, then I'm gonna watch the Islanders and the Penguins. And not necessarily thinking either one of those are going to be particularly good games to watch, but out of the 4 o'clock options, I mean, I forgot what the third game is, but then it's Calgary and the Rangers. And I gotta admit, man, I got about as much invested in that as I did with the Predators and the Sharks. I can't do it. Fine, but right, but I'm thinking for the playoffs because we have four back to backs over the next month, and we're playing teams that are physical teams. So that's the only thing. It's as it gets close to the playoffs, we're gonna be tired and beat up. So I'm not worried about Boston really. I mean, we look like shit. I mean, I see what you're. I'm with it. I'm good. But if we keep playing like shit, then Boston's gonna beat our ass. Like the game against Buffalo, they decided out of nowhere that since they haven't been hitting for the last 7 games, we're going to beat the shit out of everybody. And they just went crazy. I saw celebrating. He's super impressive. He is. It's a rivalry thing. Like, I can't forgive. I can't go back to watch it. Or I can't watch the Sharks. I mean, I can. I have. Like, there, you can find the streams. I mean, I've watched the Sharks games. But like Evander Kane is such a low life piece of shit that I have no respect for the Sharks at all, even though he no longer plays for the Sharks. It's just like Boston. I have zero respect for Boston, even though Marchand is no longer playing with them. Um, it's just it has nothing to do with the hockey being played. You know what I mean? It's just rivalry shit and just a distaste for those teams. Like I said, I used to be a Boston fan. Those were my guys. But because of Brad Marchand, I completely lost all respect. And I liked Zdeno Chara. It was Lucic was good when he was there. Bergeron was good when he was there. Tim Thompson is the goalie that made me really enjoy watching goalies again. Um, I always liked watching Flurry, but it was like it's Flower being Flower. And then when Thompson won with the Penguins, it was just I enjoyed the shit out of that. Oh, but yeah, hey man, I appreciate you dropping in, Humpty. You caught me towards the end of the game. Nothing else on. That was the last one for the night. So I am gonna head out of here. I gotta make some dinner. I got some chicken I'm gonna cook up. So I am gonna sign off. But if you are free tomorrow, probably 4 to 6:30, and then of course Merck's. I don't know if Merck's made it back. I know he's got an early day tomorrow, putting the kids to bed. So if you guys are free at 4 o'clock, I guess 4 o'clock Pacific time, I will be here again. I haven't decided yet. It's either going to be Detroit, Washington, or New York, or the Islanders and the Penguins. But we'll see if LT's playing, and we'll make the decision then. And then we'll be back, of course, Wednesday, and then the nights on Thursday. So, hey, brother, if I don't see you tomorrow, I already know I'll see you soon, brother. I greatly appreciate you. But have a good rest of your night, and see you again soon, buddy. Take care.